Greetings, people of Rugby Planet Earth. I'm Johnny King here. Hope you've had a great weekend. This is a Monday morning as I begin this video. I'm just taking a slow turn. Yes, I'm driving again. It's become a bit of a thing to do, but I'm also aware of the road noise. So I brought you to a place that really encourages low speed driving, because this is quite an important video. I'm in my local cemetery. Well, this escalated quite quickly. No, there isn't any dark type of tangential application going on. Well, you could consider that at the end of this Rugby World event happening in France, that one team will really only be living with William Webb Ellis. So, a reminder to redeem the time, maybe to make the most of our time and to enjoy the moments of life and to seize the day. Oh, I'm sure you're really feeling inspired as I begin this video. It also allows me to maybe not have to speak as loudly because of the lack of road noise, because yes, we're driving Miss Daisy speed. So this video, I've wanted to outline I guess a little bit about me as I try and make sure that I keep everything together. I give a little bit of my history. I realise that maybe the majority of people who are watching these videos early on will have come through maybe Twitter or social media, so they'll have the I'm Johnny King history there, or legacy there, so they'll have my timeline. But for those who hopefully will find and will grow as word gets out, then let me provide just a little bit of a bio, a little bit of a sketch of my journey into a rugby world, which I guess found its catalytic point was many years ago now, around the 2011 Rugby World Cup, when I got connected with the All Blacks through their official fan club, became their resident scribe throughout the entirety of their life. Short-lived, but quality days, and so I wrote the first blog, and I think probably the last blog as well. And it was a great time, a special time, a time that I didn't expect. But when you're, in one sense, when you represent your national team, one that has been so significant in your own journey, in terms of a sporting media type reality, I'm not sure it gets any better. Now, obviously, depending on what drives through your desires and I guess aspirations, but it was certainly significant, and that opened many doors. One of those doors was with the Bob Skinstad and Rugby Journey, and having a bit of a time there together, editing his site for a time and collaborating with the man, and seeing how that development would go over the years and how long it lasted, and it was a good time connecting with a lot of South Africans, but those type of things, some book writing, so reasonable excursions in rugby media all happened organically, and where I was labelled anywhere from a 21st century intersection between poetry and rugby to the Shakespeare of rugby, to a New Zealand social media legend, and from various parts of the world, and which was very nice of people to say. And as things stretched out over the years, then I guess you begin to have more of a footprint, and so that has been, I guess, my rugby context, and over the years diversified and had some other focal points, had some other writing focal points, and even engagement focal points. And recently, over the past number of years, as I'm going to itch my eye, because guess what, it's itchy. So as I've come to the recent past, I guess, and I've considered how to take a step forward, what does it look like in terms of my own orbit, and with the Rugby World Cup in France coming up, and considering what could be undertaken. I had initial thoughts on podcast podcasting and areas like that, offering audio, and then encouragement through a friend was to make the most of YouTube. I've had a YouTube account for a long period of time. Videos before I posted basically days ago, then the previous video was about a decade ago, and so it hasn't really been part of what I've done, but yet it's been there, and so I've been able to use it and not have too many difficulties starting up and going through the process. Although, as you do, as I prepared for this previous weekend and the Wallabies and the All Blacks and the MCG and starting it up, and you realise a few things, and so that's impacted in terms of my own plans and my own thinking and how to execute these things going forward. Commentary was Johnny King Live at Johnny King Live. It's still a Twitter account, but it was an audio commentary many years ago, and so I've been thinking about that, and I had an idea historically, and not that recent, but somewhat more recently, I saw in another sporting context in another part of the world someone doing that idea and being quite effective, and so I filed that away and been considering what should we do. Just going back on Twitter as part of it, but there seemed more aspiration and something more long term, and using Rugby World Cup 2023 as a next step that hopefully goes beyond Rugby World Cup 2023 into World Cup 2027 and beyond, and so providing a distinctive media voice primarily in rugby and beyond. And so we'll see. This is me putting it out there and seeing what will stick to the wall. You realise that maybe you are for a time and place, and that time and place has gone. However, here is my idea, and I'm opening it up to you, watcher of YouTube video, because I need your help. I want to collaborate, and I hope that you see value in what I'm about to share and will be willing to share it with your circle and social media. Yeah, I found out that putting videos on YouTube is actually quite easy even, good England. But going live, doing live streams, which has been the idea, isn't so easy unless you have 1,000 subscribers. And what I mean by that is, while your live stream is live, then the video becomes private. And as you do, what we offer here, what I may offer, and I'll get to that part soon, maybe something that I'd like to think people can add to their watching experience as they watch Rugby World Cup 2023, but it also may be something after the fact. And I guess we'll see how that develops and how that transpires. This is very organic and happening in real time. And so I decided not to live stream this past weekend, but just to do video so that people could actually get an idea. So I recorded the first and the second half of a commentary, which was probably more like the radio style of old than what I'm hoping for the future. Because my idea, here it is, was to have a video on me watching a test match, or watching a rugby contest, you can even say watching a sporting contest, and I would describe it and embody it, but also engage with those who are engaging watching me. Therefore, our connection was more embodied again, real time, so dynamic, where instead of typing out replies to tweets, then I'm able to communicate. But it also creates its own narrative, an own storyline, and even a different angle on what it means to be a fan and to watch live sport and to watch the rugby code and to engage with all manner of rugby fans and sporting fans around the world, and also to bookmark and document what will be a special time. I mean, I don't know what's going to transpire. I mean, you probably know, maybe it's the accent, the vibe. But the All Blacks may get knocked out in the quarterfinals. That's a real possibility. The semi-finals, the final. You know, we may be so up for it, and then be a camera into my world and working through that, and I guess not doing it alone, but doing it with a community and with a collection of fans from all around the world, which is one of the great things I found on Twitter, early Twitter, 2010 to even 2015 was really good. The Rugby World Cup was just that community and all the various voices, and realizing that we're all part of a story, and we actually all want to be part of a story, part of a narrative that's going on, and this can be maybe a more effective part of turning the next page. And so that's my idea, is to hopefully be able to live stream. I'm not sure of the exact number of contests. Again, in New Zealand, the time is not necessarily as au fait, as helpful as it will be when it's in Australia. But the main contest, the significant contest, even I've got some various ideas and angles how to engage with different teams, and other avenues and other media as well. Talking about, if you've watched the videos from the Wallabies versus the All Blacks, you'd see that the man cave as it is distinctive, like it's a room in a home, and that's because it is. But the goal would be to, and the plan underway is to create more of a studio that could potentially, again, be a pathway to offering media that can have the independence and the independent voice that I had, the distinctive voice that others have noticed, and can just provide another layer to the offering into rugby media and into a rugby world. So that's who I am. I am Johnny King, someone who is passionate about rugby, and we'll talk about more, and ability to communicate. Some will say a good ability, some may say a great ability, some may say an ordinary ability, and everyone has their opinion, and it has the freedom to share, and that's fine. So, but what this is at this point in time, with a matter of weeks out before we kick off September, I think 9th it is, into New Zealand, when Le Frog, when Le Bleu, when the French take on the mighty men in black, and the odyssey begins, and the contests come, and the upsets happen, and the talk rises, and the excitement raises the roof, and we can do it hopefully in a way that maybe better encapsulates what it means to be a rugby community, what it means to enjoy life, the joie de vivre, the joy of living. And so I hope to get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, the I Am Johnny King YouTube channel, in a matter of 5 weeks. But I know that if that is going to happen, then it's not going to be something that's going to be as a result of my own undertakings. It's going to need a collaboration, a wave after wave. The diverse social media domino effect, where the excitement of one is passed on to their web, and another's web, and another's web, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's really, in a social media world, not a big ask, but there's got to be a willingness. So I hope that you can see that there is potential and value. What it will become is something I can't exactly quantify. I'd like to think that I have given a reasonable case through Twitter and through a CV online there, and through what I've already offered, that it can have value, that it does have its space, and in fact I fill a space that maybe not many others have filled or even can fill. You can decide if that's reasonable. I'm certainly not looking to create any hype, I hope, well, any undue hype anyway, If something is realistic, then, and if people get excited about it, then so be it. But I'm going to leave this video. It's 15 minutes, so I do have a pretty good reputation for bloviating and for being verbose, so this is no surprise. I'm still driving around the graveyard if you're interested. It's fascinating as we look, so many tombstones, so many pieces of beautiful stone with things that have been placed on the outside, some with flowers, some looked after, some unkempt, some left, some with long descriptions, some without much of any description, but representing life that's been lived. It does create a longing inside to leave a legacy, I think, or have a story that can be written, and that is one that goes beyond just on a piece of stone, but one that reflects real human flourishing. Now, I don't want to get too philosophical again and divert from the point of this video, which is to try and encapsulate why I've jumped on YouTube, why my channel is all of a sudden receiving life, why I'm now tweeting regularly, why hopefully a blog piece sort of surrounding this and explaining how the first weekend has been, why this is happening, but also the telos, the goal. If I'm going to start this, then I hope it grows and becomes a platform that can become even outsized of its influence, and partnering and connecting with other media providers, but those who see quality and want to play their part. And what that could mean and where that could go, I don't know. What I do know is that there is no reason why we can't do something right now. There's no reason why you can't play some important part. And for me, that is passing it on through social media, through your contacts, and being positively loud about how you view what is being offered. And so let's do it. Let's see where this can go. And you never know, it may just be worth the process, but aren't you a little intrigued where it could lead? I know I certainly am. And there doesn't seem like any more prescient time than the present. The Rugby World Cup, a matter of weeks away. The countdown is on. The goal is to provide all manner of video media. In fact, I'll give you a little sneak preview. I want to talk about the previous World Cups. I'm one who's lived through every World Cup. I even attended the first one in New Zealand. I have that vintage. And so I hope to offer my own personal insight and reflection of the Rugby World Cup experiences and various paraphernalia surrounding it through my own lens of what has been. I thank you for watching this video. I hope that I provided enough for you to get enough of a picture of I am Johnny King, and enough of an insight into where this can head, and that would lead you to respond in ways that encourage the outcome or the goal. And this is going to continue, hopefully. That's the plan. The plan is, this was Monday and there'll be another video tomorrow and Tuesday. Maybe we could do a video every day. That wouldn't be a bad goal to have, and no doubt through social media as well. Please get back to me if you have any suggestions or any ideas or any encouragement, any feedback, then don't hesitate. I'm on my way out of the cemetery now. I'll click in gear. Well, I already am in gear in that sense. But speed up. The road noise will be louder, and it's probably a good time to say Kapai. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to the future. Let's do it together, team. Until next time.